a beautiful new highway interchange. 2 new highway interchanges that support an absolute ton of traffic. Traffic is barely moving over here, but I'm gonna say it's the AI and not me, because they're doing these weird movements, man. Look at this. Nobody drives like this, okay? Not in the real world, at least. Nobody drives like this. Maybe once in a while people do stupid stuff like this, but it's a lot of chaos over here. It's a lot of chaos. And then more connectivity through these areas that is really helping out this highway interchange in these highway sections. But guys, let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Today's going to be a big one because we are going to be changing a bunch of infrastructure in this area. As you can tell from the last episode and looking right now with your own eyes, we are seeing quite the traffic issue, which honestly, I'm excited because I haven't dealt with this a lot in Cities 1 or Cities 2, sorry. I've dealt with it a lot in Cities 1, if you are from that era. But I'm excited just because I haven't dealt with it in Cities 2, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to fix it easier than I was in Cities 1. Anyway, we are seeing a giant traffic issue over here. So we need to upgrade this highway. So there's a few things that we're going to do today. Mainly, we're going to change this regular kind of highway into more of a freeway. And we're going to end up connecting it up with this road right over here, changing this road into more of a, we're gonna keep it a 4-lane highway for now, but eventually it's going to be a collector, and we are going to have a low density residential area up here, because I think that's kind of what we need right now. We keep upgrading this area right down here to be more high density, and because of that, we are pushing out the low density. So we need that low density area to go somewhere, and we're gonna put it right here. But it does mean that we're going to have to change this interchange that we made just a few short episodes ago. But let's just get into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to buy some tiles. So we're going to buy this tile because we're going to finally need it. And then we're going to buy these 3 tiles. And the reason for that is just because we're going to be changing this highway directionality to come down over through here. So let's purchase these right now. We can actually press play as well. But the first thing that we're going to do is, because if we take out this highway, this part of the city basically just dies. So we need to connect it up so that it doesn't die when we take out this highway. And how we're going to do that is coming up over here and honestly just taking out this highway here, knowing that this is going to be changed anyway. It doesn't really matter. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to take a 4-lane road, just like a regular one, and we're going to extend this area right here. I'm going to first upgrade this to this style, and then we're going to take this road and just send it out to about here, roughly. I would like this road to continue on this area where our highway was. And honestly, maybe we should have just like upgraded one of these roads like this, but we're here now. So what do you do? Then I'm actually going to upgrade it to here. And then we're going to, with our contours on, we're going to come around this way and just kind of send this out straight all the way. And maybe we'll curve in later down the road, like here. So we'll come in, and then this is where it would be, and we're not going to connect these up because we're going to end up taking out this whole area anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But what we will do is we'll take this connection right here. So we'll with our freeform tool, we're going to just come in at a 90. Perfect, just like that. And honestly, we can probably upgrade this to here, knowing that this is going to be our only connection for the time being. We are going to upgrade this highway to have lighting on it though. That way, again, when we come over here and we delete this highway, we will have our connections all lining up. And then we'll put our water pipes under the road where apparently they belong. Perfect. So now we can delete this highway right here. Awesome. And I'm actually going to delete it all the way up to over here as well. And then we're going to take it right up here. Perfect. And honestly, we're going to take this out as well. And we're going to make one more connection. I'm going to take out this roundabout. We're going to make one more connection that comes up over here with this 4-lane highway. Perfect. Our contours are on. Amazing. Let's come in here. And this is really just going to be this connection, but a little bit farther down the road, more or less. Just like that. And I'm hoping, I mean, this looks pretty awful here. So let's actually change it up. Let's take this out. And what we'll do is we're going to send this straight and then curve it in up here. Perfect. And we'll put lights here. I think lights are already, there are no lights here. Oh my God, this would be such a dangerous little intersection. We'll keep it here for now because eventually these will be collectors anyway, so it's not as important that it's a 90 over here. What we will do here, it seems like we're seeing some traffic, which is odd. What we're going to do is come in and make this an asymmetric right here. So we have a turning lane, and then on this side, maybe we do the same thing, but we'll switch it this way. That way you can go straight through, or you can turn here. And I guess both lanes would be for turning, but anyway, doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to take this road and we're going to send it out this way. And I think what we'll end up doing, we have an electricity bottleneck. Are we seeing power issues? We are. So let's see why. Oh, we took out this road. So that means that we took out the power on it as well. So hopefully that should fix it. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, so we need to make this connection now. I'm gonna take these out, perfect. So what we're going to do over here is, I'm actually going to upgrade this road as well, because it's going to give us issues in the future. We're gonna bring it down to here, perfect. We're gonna upgrade this roundabout to a large roundabout. And the reason why is because we're going to have some highways coming off of here, and I just wanna make sure that it makes a little bit more sense. So how we're gonna start this is, because this highway is gonna come all the way over here, and I want it to have a little bit of distance from this area here. It won't have much of a distance here, but we're not gonna have a connection over here, so it's not gonna be as huge of a deal. What we will end up doing over here is flattening out this area right here. Perfect, and then that way we can have our highway come and reach out over here, and then we'll take this area and we'll just level it out a little bit more. And then we're actually gonna end up taking this castle ruins and just moving it down the hill just ever so slightly. Then what we're going to do is, with our straight road and our parallel, we're going to come in right over here, just like this. Perfect, just like that. And then we're gonna take this road and we're gonna curve it in right about here. We're having a lot of problems with our guidelines, so let's actually just go snap to existing geography. Curve road, snap to guidelines, and we'll just curve it in right like here. And I think that honestly looks pretty decent. I like that. I am going to bring this out a bit, and then we're going to soften it up. But I think for the most part, that looks pretty decent, honestly. We just kind of come down the hill here. Cool. And then we just need to connect it up on the other side. A few things that we're going to do over here, though. Yeah, we're going to end up having to take this highway and putting it a little bit lower. But I don't know where exactly that's going to be. So let's build this highway out first. With our contours on, we'll put on our guidelines now. And I want to see where we are. So if this highway can kind of come down here. So we have 1, 2. Honestly, we could probably use a ginormous curved road tool. Or complex curve. I'm just gonna test that out and see if that will work. So if we have 2 ginormous curves, right? We have one about here, and then with our guidelines on, or with only guidelines, let's see if we can find one of these guidelines. And it wants to take this one. It's actually pretty close to this one. So we could test that out and then bring it right up here. I'm honestly not opposed to doing that. That's kind of nice looking. Yeah, I actually like that. The only problem is this area right here looks absolutely awful. So what we're going to do, come back into overground mode. We're going to take this out. Maybe this might be a little bit too close, to be honest with you. So let's do one more. Perfect. And then we'll come into here. We'll turn on our, I want to see, is this going to be straight? It wants to be a tiny bit of a curve, which is fine, which means we can send this straight to about here-ish, or even, yeah, over the bridge. So let's actually do that. Let's come up, knowing that we want to be here. I'm going to grab right here. We're actually going to go up to about, let's do 5. Perfect. And then we're going to curve in. So I'm going to reset right here. We're going to come into our curved road tool. And I'm hoping that this is going to work out. I don't know if it will. Giving us all sorts of problems. So I'm going to pause the game. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to pause the game, and then we're just going to retry this. So sending this out straight. So we're going to come down to the ground, grab our parallel road tool here, send it roughly here, bring it up to 5 meters, cross, awesome. And now we're going to bring it down to 2, but we're going to come into our curve road tool. And we'll bring this in right about here. And then we can honestly take out this area right here. And I think we have another area over here as well. So then we can come into this road, probably our freeform tool, and then send this in. Awesome. Look at that. I think that's okay. Cool, cool, cool. And it only comes up 5 meters, but that's okay because now we're gonna send this road down roughly 5 meters. And this is just a straight shot, so I think we'll be okay. I'm actually gonna turn on all of our guidelines and then we're gonna go down 5 meters. But what we're gonna have to do is take this out, which is fine. We'll have to redraw all of this afterwards. And that's just gonna be okay. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. So let's grab this road right here. We'll send it out 90. We'll go down, I think we'll actually end up going down 7.5. Oh, and I see why it doesn't want to do that. Okay, that makes sense. So let's actually, unfortunately gonna have to delete these two right here. Delete everything, but then we should be able to do a 0.5. So we'll send it straight to about here. And now we'll go down 0.5 or 5 meters. And then we'll come up. Oh, and that's not straight. Interesting. Okay, let's redraw this. I'm having a little bit of problems with this. Maybe what we do is we try drawing it in this and then upgrading it afterward. Oh my God, it's literally not even straight. That's so frustrating. Perfect. And now we'll upgrade this to the highway. Cool. And then we're going to redraw this because this is bothering me now. And then we'll come into our straight road and let's see if we can link these up. We can. Perfect. That's a 180. We'll do the same thing here. Cool, cool, cool. So we'll just bridge over here just like that. And I think that's going to work out quite nicely. Awesome. And then let's redraw this because this is bothering me now. So just taking this, honestly, we're just going to send it straight out to about here and then curve in right here. Awesome. And then what we can do, honestly, is now we can change these slip roads a bit. Or not these slip roads, these turning lane roads. So we'll upgrade this to be the regular 2, and then we'll upgrade this to be the 3. Awesome. And then we'll delete these. Perfect. Just like that, that should be good. What we will have to do before we press play though, is just to take this and upgrade it all the way down over here with lights, and then come into our sewer and place these under the road where apparently they belong. Perfect. And now let's just make sure everything is looking good. Nothing's broken. And now we have this hooked up. So now you can come all the way over here with this highway. Perfect. Awesome. 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 So this is our first little connection over here. It's not going to be where we have our interchange though. We're going to bring our interchange out over here. So we're actually going to have this road send out and turn into the interchange road. And the reason for that is this is going to have a ton of traffic on it already because it hooks up with this highway down here and this side of the street or this side of the road or whatever and up over here. So I think having two interchange or having this as an interchange might be a little bit too busy because we're going to have this interchange right here. This highway will end up turning into like a little bit of like a T interchange. So we're going to bring this road out and have an interchange here. So let's get to that. We're going to keep the 4 lane for now, but we're probably actually, especially because we have so many development points, we're going to unlock large roads just right now. And then we're going to send this out here. So very similar to right over here. Knowing that this is going to be in highway and we're going to have a bunch of interchanges over here though, I'm not worried about having it coming out and then going down. So we're just going to start it right here. And honestly, we might even go down underground. So we'll do a 6.2. We'll come underground here. Perfect. And then we'll make our way up. And knowing that it was a 6.2, let's try to keep it as close to that as possible. Oh, and this is a little bit more shallow. So honestly, we could even, yeah, we can do it like right here and then we can just send it out. And this comes, actually, I'm wondering, it might be like if we could just have this flat. Yeah, we could just have this flat all the way here. And maybe in the future we have to upgrade this because it's given us issues. But I don't think that's the worst thing in the entire world. If you hate it, let me know. But we would end up coming up and then coming down. So in my mind, that's stupid. Yeah. we'll leave it like this for now. So this interchange, we're going to do something similar to what we had over here in terms of like the park glow, but it's going to be a little bit different. I want to make sure that we have no stoplights over here because this area is already super busy. We're already seeing traffic down here, which sucks. So I'm actually thinking we need to take out our traffic lights over here as well. And we'll see if that helps the situation. It might not, but it also might. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. All right, so let's start building this. I'm thinking we probably won't worry about grading because it's all just kind of a slight decline downhill down here. So let's just get right into building. I'm going to use our 2-lane highways for now, and then we'll upgrade it as we see fit. What we're going to end up doing is just kind of having like a regular kind of semicircle right here. So this is, and I just want to try to make this as like perfect as possible. This is 61, which means we want to be as close to 61 as possible. So we can do like a 64. Perfect. And we'll do a 90-degree right here. And what was this? This was 168 or something? Or 130. Yeah, it was a 136 by 136, just like that. Perfect. And then we can come into our 1 lanes right here. What we'll probably do, honestly, is upgrade this to be a 3-lane all the way through to here. And then we'll change around our lanes afterwards with our lane mathematics and everything. But we'll come in just like that. Perfect. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Try to make it as perfect as we can. Obviously, it won't be, but we'll try. And that looks quite nice like that. Cool. And we'll do the same thing over on this side. Perfect, just like that. Awesome, awesome. And then we can bring it in right here as well. So we'll come into here, we'll come down like that. Perfect. We'll do the same thing right here. Perfect, just like that. And what we might end up doing afterwards is taking out these walls because they look awful. And I honestly can't really even see anything. Bring that here. And then, oh, this doesn't actually even connect. That's kind of funny. Perfect, just like that. And then let's just come in here and flatten this all out right here so it looks a little bit better. So we'll do a shift terrain tool until it's flat on the ground. We'll probably do this height right here. We'll just bring it around. Awesome. And we're going to upgrade a lot of these anyway, so don't even worry about it. Like these key walls are kind of here still, so don't even worry about it. We will just bring this out and then turn up our brush strength, and we're going to kind of do this for now. And we'll fix all this afterwards as well, so don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. What we could do actually though, what might be like an easier way to fix this is to do this, come in. Oh, and I might have ruined it. We still have these key walls over here, which is kind of frustrating. And I don't know why. Oh, because we're not all the way down, maybe? I was gonna say, I don't know why it's so like shaded over here. It's very annoying. So let's try to grab this height and then bring it down. And that looks a little bit better. So let's try to redraw this again. For whatever reason, it still has these key walls on the side, which is just a little bit frustrating, but I'm gonna try to not let it bother me that much. And then these would just be ginormous pools. So we'll fix those afterwards. Don't even worry about it. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have done it just on the bottom here, like as low as we could get it, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is what we're gonna end up doing. I'm gonna take out this right here and then these roads, and we're gonna try to redraw this in a better way. So what we're going to do is use our slope terrain tool. We're gonna start at whatever this height is right here, and then bring it right over here. And then we'll take our highway. Oh, and we're much more, I see. Okay, and then we'll just come up to the ground here. So at a 180, we'll come up 4, perfect. And now we should be able to 180 all the way down here. Perfect. And now we're on the ground. This is much, much, much better. So now let's take this level and we'll bring it all the way around here. Perfect. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Perfect. And we are still a few meters high, but I think that for the most part, that's going to be okay. Because it's mostly just on this side, actually. We're only 3 meters up. Cool. And that's why you grade before you make highway interchange. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So we'll come into our 1-lane highways right here and we will curve these in. And I'm actually going to go back down to the ground now and then reconnect up. And we'll come up right here. Awesome. And we'll do the same thing right down here. Cool, cool, cool. Now, before I forget, what we're going to do is change some of the directionality a bit. So you can't make weird turns right there. Awesome. And we have our large road, so we're going to play around with our lane mathematics as well. Okay, so now we just have this one highway as, or this one direction, sorry, with an interchange, or sorry, on and off ramps. So now we need to do the other side. And this side, unfortunately, we will have some stoplights. I think that's going to be okay. We will see. Because there's not enough space to do this on this side as well, unless you do a much smaller version of this park low. But then this one would look awkward. No, we'll do it this way. Okay, so and we'll honestly probably have to redraw this too. I think we will. And let's just do that right now because we got into trouble with our grading before. So let's do it just right now. Let's come in with our level terrain tool and we'll take this height right here and we're gonna bring it back probably all the way up to our highway, which is only 1 meter down. We'll bring it up to about here. Perfect. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Actually, we can just take this all out. Cool, cool. And then we'll come into this highway piece right here. I believe this was down 10 or maybe 12. And let's turn off everything but snap to existing geography. And now we'll turn on 90 degree. Perfect. And then we'll come up. Perfect, just like that. And then so because this part is on the ground, this will be where we start, unless we actually go down a couple meters. So maybe we do that. So we'll go down to about here. And then we'll redraw this out. We'll bring it back up here. Just want to make sure that this is as perfect as possible, or as perfect as we can get it. So let's take this out again. We'll go down to, it was 12 here. Awesome. And then we'll come up to 0 and we'll do, we were at a, so let's do where do we want the circle to be? I think about here. And then we'll come into our slope terrain tool right here. Grab this height and slope down. Cool, cool. Just like that. So it was about roughly here. Okay, so now what we can do is we can come into our 2-lane road and let's just create a road guideline right here. We'll come out 40 meters on either side. And is that large enough? It should be. Let's do it. Let's do a little bit longer actually. Yeah, let's do 51. Perfect, just like that. And then what we can do is with our slope terrain tool is grab this. This height right here and come up. And we'll make this fairly big. The area fairly big. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. And now what we can do is we can come in here, turn on all of our guidelines, and we can come in. So it's going to be an 84, or let's do a 75. Turn off everything but right angle and zoning cell length. I wants to do a 72. So we can do an 80 by an 80. I think that works out well. Perfect. And we'll do the same thing over here. So snap to existing geography. We'll do an 80 by 80. Cool, cool, cool. And then we can take out these little roads right here. And now we can turn these in. So what we will do on this side as well is upgrade this to be a 3-lane all the way over here. Perfect. Which means that we can have a nice and easy connection. Does these do the same thing? No, it doesn't. Interesting. Ah, I see. Okay, we'll do the same thing right over here. perfect, perfect. And then what we'll do here is we'll have our connection come in about there. We'll do the same thing right here into this road, but then we're gonna send this guy straight, just like that. And then we'll flip the directionality right here. And then we're gonna play around with our movements. So this road cannot take a left turn. If you're coming on here, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We'll have it like this, and then we're gonna bring this road in as well, like that. And then we'll have this as an asymmetric mode, because we said we were gonna upgrade these anyway, and we're just doing for thinking. And I'm actually wondering, wait, we don't need this middle road. We just made a smaller park low. And it might look a little bit ridiculous, but I think it's gonna work. We'll do no left-hand turns here. Yeah, I think that actually works out. So what we'll end up doing is we're gonna have a 6-lane road on either side, like this, and then we'll have a 4-lane road, or a 6-lane road in the middle as well. So this over here is a 6, 6, and then this is gonna be a 4 in between. Just like that. Let me just make sure that our road hierarchy is making sense over here. Cool, so I think we can press play, and I think that this will start to figure itself out. This is going to be an extremely busy area, unfortunately, over here. So we're gonna have to watch it and make sure that everything kind of works out the way we want it to. But the last thing I'm gonna do over here is just kind of feather out our landscaping a bit, because it's looking a little rough. Cool, so we are seeing a lot of traffic, which makes sense. So we're gonna turn off lights pretty much everywhere. Perfect, and we're also gonna turn off pedestrian crossings. Oh, and I'm noticing this road does some weird stuff over here. For whatever reason, this looks funny. So let's take this out and redraw this. So using our big roads, we're just gonna come in here. Giving us a little bit of issues with this road, but that's fine. We can take these out and then redraw this like this. So what we're gonna end up doing is bringing this out like this. And we're gonna change things around over here with our landscaping, unfortunately. Okay, so we're gonna bring this out like this, and what we're going to end up doing is having this out to about here and doing the same thing on this side, and then just connecting up these roads right here. For whatever reason, it was giving us some issues. And yeah, this comes across perfectly, which is just kind of frustrating. That honestly looks much better as well than what we had before, other than like the landscaping that we need to fix right now, but that actually does look much better. Cool, cool, cool. So let's make sure that we don't have any lights or anything. I don't see lights, so that's good. Awesome. So I think we're gonna, honestly, I think we're gonna have to let this run for a bit to see how it kind of fixes itself and how it works. But I think what we got here is pretty good, to be honest with you. Now we need to connect up this, because these cars that are coming in are gonna end up turning around to get up over here. So it's gonna bog this up. So we need to make a connection over here. So let's just do that right now. We have some funny terrain things that are going on. This dips down, or this comes up, which is really interesting. So let's take this out and fix this. Perfect, perfect. And is this other side doing it too? A little bit. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's take that out. And it wants to kind of come up anyway, but that, I think that's fine for the most part. Okay, so let's draw this out. So like same thing on our other side. We're gonna come and we're gonna do 3 lanes to about here. So we'll bring this out over here and we'll change these around after, so don't even worry about it. Our first connection is going to be super, super, super easy. It's literally just going to be this road coming around. That's right like that, perfect. And then we need to come up over here. So with this one, we're gonna start our descent right about now. And I'd like to keep this to around 3%, sorry. So now we're up to 10 and we should be able to cross over nicely now, perfect. So we'll cross down to here, amazing. And now we need to connect up here. So let's come down. So we'll do a nice easy 3, come down. Perfect. And then we'll come over with this as well and we'll link up right about here. Cool. And we can honestly change this. We can change these around afterwards. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we'll take this road and we can send this out. Perfect. And we'll send that out to about here for now. And then we'll build what we were going to build. So I'm thinking with this other side, how do we want to come up? It'd be cool if we could get under here. I think that could actually be really cool. Don't hate that. What we can do is take this out, come into this road right here, and come in. And then we can take this other street right here, or this other street. Honestly, this could probably be a 2-lane for quite a bit. So let's upgrade that. Probably upgrade it to here. Turn off everything but 90 degree. Turn back on everything. Awesome. And this curve is a little weird, so let's see if we can change it up. Yeah, let's take these out. Perfect. And let's try to redraw this. I don't love this little nub over here. Let's just try to fix that. And I do apologize for not talking that much. I'm just trying to make this as perfect as possible, you know? Turn off everything but snap to existing, because this is annoying. 90 degree, 180, perfect. Now we'll turn on everything. Turn on curved. Oh, and this actually is not what we wanted. All right, I think that looks much better. We come down here, make sure it all looks good. I think it does, to be honest with you. Okay, so we are seeing a little bit of a traffic issue over here. What is this van doing? That is phenomenal. Great. Put a roundabout over here. Maybe that will help this situation. Maybe it won't. And now, okay, so let's come over here. Oh, there's a traffic accident. That's why we're seeing a backup. That makes sense. We're going to place some roundabouts just kind of everywhere and hope that that fixes some of the problems. We'll move this a little bit over here. Perfect. Super realistic. Today may not be the most realistic in the entire world, but you know what? Sometimes it's not. You know, sometimes it's about fixing problems. And let's come over here. Okay, so how is our interchange looking? It looks pretty good, but we're seeing some crazy backups. This is phenomenal. I love that. Not allowing through traffic. Super cool. And then over here, so we're seeing traffic on this street wants to come in, and then for whatever reason, people are stopping right over here as well. So let's turn off the light there and see if that is helping. This is busy because people are doing U-turns right here, illegally turning onto this highway. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. you have this road right here as the through. So maybe what we do is, let's upgrade this right over here and see if that fixes any issues. So now you have 2 lanes that can turn up into here, and you shouldn't have, like, this, they're causing traffic. The traffic that exists here is because they're doing U-turns right here when they could literally go right up here. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I changed around some stuff. We're gonna let it run for a minute, and it looks like it's gonna figure itself out. So let's give it a few minutes and see how it goes. Okay, so it cleared out over here. The traffic in this game, it's kind of frustrating because it makes me feel like it's not even my fault. Like, you have cars that are switching lanes and doing weird things, and that's kind of causing issues. Like, we had a traffic jam here, and it was because cars were coming on this lane and doing illegal U-turns and turning around and then coming into this area down here when they could have just taken this highway connection and gone downtown, or this new area over here that we have. Like, it makes it very frustrating. So I think that we've done some good work over here. We do have some traffic issues still, but for the most part, I think we're gonna be okay. Short of like just upgrading these to be larger roads, which I feel is a little bit ridiculous. We can try it, but I don't know if that's actually gonna solve any issues or not. I don't think it is, because adding more lanes rarely works. But yeah, we might just be seeing issues. We might just be having a lot of traffic over here. So it seems like traffic is really bad in like key spots, right? Which, I mean, makes sense when you think about it. So what we're gonna try to do is create just more connections, because that always seems like a pretty good idea. So like right here, we're gonna come in, we're gonna create a connection right over here. And I don't know if this is necessarily gonna solve anything, but I'm hoping that it just helps a little bit. Because these roads will all be part of larger infrastructure at some point anyway. So I think that it's important that they would be here in the first place. So like over here, you will see lots of U-turns happening. Actually, you don't see any right now. But yeah, you see lots of U-turns happening. People parking on streets over here, which is, we're not going to allow that. Frustrating that you can't just have streets that don't have parking on them. I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. It seems like it's working a lot better. We're not in rush hour right now, but I think for now, it's actually working pretty well. So this is where we're gonna call it. There is still obviously a lot of work to do over here, but that's okay. We are going to get to it, and our city is going to be hustling and bustling in the best way possible. We're not seeing as much traffic down here. It's really just this intersection over here. You have people making these weird turns, but honestly, I think that that is doable. We can make some adjustments to these areas. So I think we're actually going to make one more connection, and I don't know if this is going to help or not, but we shall see. So we're going to take out this roundabout here. We're going to take out this street as well. Unfortunately, pause the game because I don't want everything to disappear. We're going to bring this out to about here, and then we're going to send it. So we're going to come up 10 meters, and we're going to link up with this street right here. So using our curved road tool, we're going to create this nice looking bridge. Perfect. Just like that. We'll press play. We'll let some of these buildings disappear. The main reason for this is I would like a local connection come up through here. I want to bring some other connections as well. Unfortunately, our highway is the same height as our streets over here, so it's going to make it a little bit more difficult. We're going to have to bridge over in some areas, like we could bridge over right here, and that's definitely an option that we could do. But for now, I wanted to make this one just so that it's not just these two roads, and then that's why we're seeing all the traffic over here, right? Anyway, yeah, so the last thing that we're going to do before we go is we are going to name this area here, and keeping in the theme of the city over here, we are going to name this Lakey McLake Face, because it's right on the lake and it's beautiful. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna have every town in here is gonna be whatever it is, McLakey McFace, which is fun. I like that. I think it's unique. All right, guys, we're still seeing traffic issues down here. Oh my God, we're gonna go though. We're gonna go again. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, like the video. If you loved the video and not subscribed, what are you doing, man? Subscribe down below. Let me know in the comment section what if there are any things that you would fix down here. If there are any things that you would fix. The traffic is driving me absolutely crazy. I don't know why it's doing this to us, but it is, and I think it's the AI. Honestly, it's definitely not me. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.